as soon as I come here, kind of like pushing his elbow, like it only needs like a little bit of before it starts to weaken. Also, like when I roll, even though my knee is facing the other way, I'm starting to drive it like into him, not like driving across. So when I come here, I start driving my knee more into him. I post right above his hand here, roll. As soon as I don't move my hand, it goes to the wrist. Right? So now I'm forcing it towards his belt. I'm waiting for a reaction here, right? Like there's a lot of stuff that when he reacts, he's gonna put himself in a bad position. But before we go over that, let's just say he doesn't react. Like we're sitting there waiting and he's just not doing anything. We're gonna come up to that Kimura position that we've been working. So if I try to come up from like real close where I am now, it starts like hurting your back. Like my lower back just isn't flexible enough to turn over. I'm still pushing this into his stomach. I'm gonna dig my feet into the mat. I'm gonna shrimp back, and then I'm gonna pretty much do like a, a poor man's break dance. It is a break dance, but it's just not starting from like the typical position. But I start break dancing up to my stomach, and as I start to come to my knees, I'm gonna attempt to flare this elbow up to turn him. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, you're in north-south with the Kimura lock. As I start bringing my knees underneath me, I turn my elbow to try to get him to turn on his side. So from here, it's gonna be opposite side than we're used to doing it, but everything's the same. He's gonna start grabbing, whether it's his hands or his belt, but I see space in between here. So I'm gonna lean my weight this way to make this leg light. I'm going to step my foot through, and now I'm going to start pulling back as I fall to the side. And I'm gonna lock the triangle. So everything's the same except we're on the opposite side. He's got his hands locked. I need to come through the lock, grab the tricep. I can't just like kick through here. I have to get up on my side, pull him in, and chop, like kick all the way through. Keep that tension there, very much like that big guy's triangle, as I resettle down, and then lock my legs. And now I'm just back heeling and squeezing with this. So maybe we'll do it from like, let's say like on here, right? And then I tried to do like the gorilla walk. He opened his legs, right? He got to here, and then he just scoops in. Or I try to go shin on shin, like he's here. I try to go shin on shin, and he opens that leg and then wraps up. Or he scoots in and grabs it. You're gonna find yourself in this position a lot. So I start driving into him. I come underneath, flare his elbow up, post. As soon as I don't need this post, it goes right to the wrist. I grab, pushing it towards his stomach. I'm waiting for a reaction. If he doesn't react, you can always like go to the chest, do that triangle too. Mostly here, I'm waiting to take it back, which we'll go over next. It's almost automatic. As soon as you roll, they try to run into you, which is why it's important that you push this into the belt immediately. If I try to break dance here, it's impossible, so I shrimp away from him, start to turn on my stomach, and as I start coming towards him, I'm trying to turn my elbow into like his armpit shoulder area to get him to come up on his side. It's not always going to work. There's other stuff we can do, but it doesn't. Get him on the side, step through that gap if it's there, and then start driving my heel back. As I fall down, lock the triangle. In the gi, you're lucky enough to have the sleeve here. So even if he's not grabbing, like his hands, you typically, like weave through here, grab the elbow. With the gi, you can grab the sleeve, start to get on your side, chop, goes through, relock your legs, squeeze. You're back heeling. Anytime, like whether it's on this side or this side, I'm trying to touch my heel to the mat or my butt as I squeeze my knees together. The triangle's here, closes on the back of his neck as I back heel down. Now the space is smaller, but I want it to be even smaller, so I start to push my knees together to make that space very small. So, here. Come here. Flip away. Start to come up to my knees. Turn them. Put my weight over here so I can step over his arm. Back heel. As I lock the triangle. If he doesn't lock, if he locks, I'm gonna grab the tricep. If he doesn't, I just grab here. I start getting up on my side, pulling it in as I kick this through. Resettle, lock, squeeze,